Let's step into a story that has quietly spread across group chats, online communities, and everyday conversations around the world. It's the story of the Pi network, an app so simple on the surface that it almost feels like a trick. One button, a few seconds a day, no equipment, no technical skill. Just a tap, and you're mining a cryptocurrency. For many people, it feels astonishing that something so effortless could possibly lead to anything meaningful. Yet, millions continue to tap, check, and hope, as if one small daily action might open the door to a different financial future. The idea itself seems almost unreal, a cryptocurrency you can mine without powerful graphics cards or huge energy bills, without needing a desk full of humming computers or a wallet full of expensive hardware. You don't need to become a tech expert or a blockchain engineer. You simply open the app, tap a button, and go on with your day. It feels more like checking a notification than participating in the digital economy. That simplicity is exactly what has drawn so many people in, and also what has made others suspicious. How could something this easy possibly lead to something life-changing? For years now, people across the globe have been accumulating these digital coins, watching their balances grow slowly day after day. Some treat it like a fun little experiment, a side activity with no pressure. Others see Pi as an early entry opportunity into the world of cryptocurrency, a chance to get in before the rest of the world catches up. Over time, this experiment has turned into a massive global community. Families invite each other to join, friends build networks together, and millions of users form a digital neighborhood built on shared curiosity and shared hope. The big dream behind it all? That someday, Pi will finally open to the world and become a real, tradable currency. But then something unexpected happened. A rumor started spreading, one so enormous, so dramatic, that it took on a life of its own. The claim? That a single Pi coin could one day be worth $314,159. A number that feels almost too big to believe, yet too poetic to ignore. After all, it ties directly to the mathematical constant pi, giving the entire idea a sense of symbolic magic. It's the kind of number that makes people pause. One coin worth more than a house. One coin worth more than some luxury cars. It's the type of value that spreads online like wildfire. People start imagining possibilities they never thought about before. They look at their balances and begin calculating what their little daily taps could be worth. Suddenly, the Pi app doesn't feel like a small experiment anymore, it starts to feel like a sleeping treasure. As excitement grows, social media bursts with countdowns, predictions, debates, arguments, celebrations, and concerns. People circle dates on their calendars, convinced that something big is coming. Discussions get louder, more emotional, more confident. Some users compare this moment to the early days of Bitcoin, when ordinary people had no idea they were sitting on assets that would one day be worth a fortune. To many, Pi feels like that same moment in history right before liftoff. But before anyone starts planning which yacht to buy or browsing beachfront mansions, reality steps into the room. Crypto has always been a place where dreams, speculation, facts, and rumors blend together. Something that sounds like the shortcut to wealth is almost always more complicated than it appears. That's why this question needs to be asked clearly: is that massive price real? Is the countdown real? Or is this another situation where the internet amplifies speculation until it feels like truth? To find clarity, we need to separate the confirmed facts from the viral excitement. That enormous price prediction of $314,159 didn't just appear out of nowhere. It comes from something known as the global consensus value, a number created entirely by the Pi community itself. It's not official. It's not recognized by banks. It's not validated by crypto exchanges. And it's not something announced or endorsed by the Pi core team. Instead, it's a symbolic number embraced and promoted by users who believe Pi could be transformative. Within Pi communities, this value becomes meaningful. People build local marketplaces, small trading systems, and community-run platforms that reference the number. Inside those spaces, it becomes a kind of shared belief, a social agreement. But outside those communities, the reality is completely different. No financial institution or exchange recognizes Pi as having any monetary value. Officially, Pi still sits at zero. The closed mainnet keeps it isolated, functioning only within the Pi ecosystem. This brings us to the famous countdown that has captured so much attention. Many people believe that November 26th will be the day everything changes, the day Pi finally goes public, the day banks embrace the currency, the day users suddenly become wealthy. But here's the straightforward truth: the Pi core team has not confirmed any major announcement for that date. There are no official statements, no press releases, and no evidence supporting the idea that a groundbreaking event will happen that day. The date only gained attention because it coincidentally sits near a scheduled update in the banking industry. The community connected dots that weren't meant to be connected, turning coincidence into prophecy. This isn't unusual in crypto culture. Where hope is high and information is blurry, rumors tend to fill every empty space. Screenshots appear everywhere. Misinterpreted messages and exaggerated claims spread faster than facts. Some people hype things for attention, some do it out of genuine belief, and others do it simply for entertainment. That's why the Pi core team consistently advises users to trust only official sources. So what is actually happening behind the scenes? The Pi developers are focused on the slow, technical, foundational work that doesn't make headlines. They're verifying identities, building tools for developers, creating real utility apps, and strengthening the ecosystem so that when the Open Mainnet finally launches, Pi will enter the global stage with stability and purpose. These steps are necessary, but they take time. And they don't come with dramatic countdowns or wild price predictions. Where does that leave us? Pi is real, the blockchain, the vision, the community, all real. But Pi is not yet tradable for real-world money. The massive price predictions, the claims of secret bank deals, and the viral theories are stories, not facts. They're exciting stories with hope at their center, but stories nonetheless. And yet, hope isn't a bad thing. It's the fuel that has kept this community alive and growing. As long as users stay informed, cautious, and connected to official updates, hope can be a powerful force, not a trap. Pi may still have a future full of possibilities. The journey isn't over, in many ways, it's only beginning.